County Attorney's Office.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to speak to a county attorney, please, or the county attorney.
Okay. And who's this calling? And do you have a case with us? Or?
I have a citation number.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 889-000-218-565, and Airline Johnson calling.
How do you spell your first name?
It's AYRLAHN. Are you still there?
I am. I'm just looking up your citation.
Oh, okay.
Trying to bring it up here. Okay, it looks like you're issued a speeding ticket. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. And what was your question?
Well, I need to talk to whoever, the county attorney or whoever's responsible.
Okay. On Fridays from 2 to 4, so tomorrow, our attorney Travis can handle any traffic questions, so you can either call the same number or else you can stop in from 2 to 4.
Travis. What's Travis's last name?
I can spell it for you. It's Kowitz. Kowitz.
I'm sorry. K-O-U-I.
No, Kowitz.
K-O-W-I-T-Z. Kowitz? Kowitz.
Correct.
And what's his position?
He's one of the assistant county attorneys that deals with traffic tickets.
I see. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Who am I speaking with, ma'am?
This is Janelle.
Janelle? J-E-N-E-L-L-E?
No, J-A-N-E-L-L-E.
That's close.
Right.
Get some credit for that. Well, I've got some discovery requests, and that's why I need to talk to somebody today, because I'm supposed to be in court next Wednesday, and I want to make sure they have enough time to give me all the information I need. So we need to try and who can I email to this guy or what? Does he have an email? And then I could give him the heads up, and then we can hopefully get the information I need.
Sure, I can give you his email address. Just it would be T and then the last name, Kowitz, all one word.
K-O-W-I-T-Z. Okay.
At co.rice.mn.us.
co.rice.mn.us.
Right.
Okay, so I'll just email this to him, and then 2 to 4, is it kind of like listening hours, or what's the deal?
That's when he's available.
I see. So he's tied up right now?
Well, we just set that time aside for any traffic questions. So anyone during the week that has, such as yourself, has questions, we open that time slot up on Fridays.
Okay. All right. Well.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Basically, I have, if you wanted to talk negotiation today, as far as pleading guilty to any sort of charges, I can discuss. I have basically 2 offers right now that have been approved.
Okay, well, I'm listening.
Okay. The first
I'm always listening, and I think I'm a reasonable human being.
Okay, the first one would basically be, if you pled to the speeding, I would dismiss the other 2 charges.
Okay.
Is that something you're interested in?
I'm still listening. You said you had 2 offers.
Well, the other one involved the other ticket, so I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about that until we discuss that.
Right, and we got until November 26th, I guess. What
Yeah.
day is that? I'll look at my calendar here.
I barely know what day it is today, Mr. Johnson, to be honest with you.
Let me look, we have calendars. November 26th is a Wednesday. That must be the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's.
Are we working that day?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the court date is. We can obviously discuss that here today, since I'm the same person that would essentially be handling that.
Well, I'm kind of viewing it as being separate.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, then that would be the offer that you have at this point.
Okay. So I'm not comfortable, I don't think I did anything wrong, and I understand the leverage and all this, but from my perspective, this misbehavior has to be dealt with, and I'm afraid that it won't be. And if I plead guilty to something that I'm not comfortable with, and I don't really think I do, just to make my life easy, that's not doing the right thing for me, for John, for you, for the citizens of Minnesota, or for that officer.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the misbehavior will be allowed to continue as if nothing happened, and I can't in good conscience move forward under those conditions.
Okay. I mean, that's totally your choice.
I mean, does that make sense to you?
Oh, it does. I guess, I mean, there is one piece of it that I do find a little bit ironic, but, you know.
Well, go ahead, share it with me.
Basically,
All right, as soon as you can,
yeah,
the judge wants you in the room.
okay.
When you're finished with
Yep,
this one.
yep, okay.
Okay, then he needs you in there.
All right.
Or she does, I mean, we phrase that, the judge wants you in there.
Okay.
Do you want us to wait so you can take care of that? We can wait. We can wait.
Yeah,
We
would
got time. We'll wait.
I think she's,
Go ahead.
she's doing one case right now, but I think the case that she was gonna do, you were involved in.
Okay.
But so she's doing something right now.
All right.
And,
Yep.
but she said as soon as you're done with this, if it's
Get
gonna
in
be
there.
more than a couple minutes, you wanna be in there.
Yeah.
Officer,
okay.
we're willing to wait. I mean, to support
No,
him.
it's all right.
That's
Okay.
it.
So basically, I totally lost my train of
Usually
thought.
we're going to talk about, you find something ironic, and you're
Oh.
going to share that with me.
I think that, you know, basically if your biggest issue is, it sounds like your biggest issue from what you've explained is the officer's conduct. You haven't really admitted anything, you haven't really denied anything as far as your conduct is concerned. And rather than go up the ladder to his supervisors, you opted to come to our office first, which makes me it leads me to believe that you know, you're more concerned with the tickets than you are the officer's conduct, because basically all I can do for you is dealing with the actual citations.
Sure.
Any sort of reprimand or disciplinary action or, you know, questions you had based off of like experience and training of the officer in regards to his conduct would be, you know, the state patrol that would deal with that.
And that's a valid concern on your part, and I acknowledge that. And let me just respond by saying I've been really, really busy. I started a new job, it's extremely busy, and I got other things going on too.
Yeah.
And so I have to deal with you and this first.
Yeah.
And I don't have the supervisor's name, but as soon as I do, and I don't, you know, and I just got you that letter last week. As soon as I get to policies and procedures, I'll review that, and I'll see where the guy went wrong, and I will point that out.
Okay.
And so I want you to know that I will be following up on that course of action, but obviously I have to deal with this, you know, and the fact that he added 2 charges to a ticket, like I said, if I would have paid that ticket and just gone about my merry way, I wouldn't even have been aware of the other 2, and there could be a warrant out for my arrest, like I said, and that's just unconscionable in my mind. You just don't do that. You don't treat people that way.
No, I agree, and we had that conversation, and you know, I followed up on my end, and basically at this point, If that's not the offer that you want to take, what we would do is essentially, we would just have you come back. If you wanted to, obviously today on this ticket, you could go in front of the judge and basically plead not guilty. That's your option today, and then they would set it on for a court trial. As soon as we get discovery, I would mail that to you.
Yeah, and I'm not ready to even do that until I really review the discovery.
Well, you don't really have a choice as far as, basically you have a mandatory court date today if you don't pay the fine. Today what they're going to do when you go into court is say, did you reach a resolution? You would have to say no at this point if you didn't want to take the offer or pay. And
well, how much is it?
We can put it on the record, that you have a discovery request in.
Yeah.
And basically we would get that discovery to you as soon as possible. And you could review that plenty ahead of time before the court trial, and then there'd be a trial in front of a judge.
Okay, how much is the fine? I don't even know.
Can I get that information to you just in a couple minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, do you want us to wait here? We'll follow you in there, and we'll know when you're done.
Yeah, if you guys just want to wait on the bench right there, that would be great. I do apologize.
No problem.
I don't want to get... You got to jump. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know what else there is that we can really accomplish today. I'm not your attorney. I got to warn you that, again, we have competing interests here, so if you want legal advice, you would have to hire your own private counsel.
Right.
Basically, it sounded like the offer will still be on the table at any point. We can settle the matter and not go to trial, including the day of the trial. Okay. I would dismiss the officer at that time who would be coming in to testify, and we could just put the agreement on the record at that time as well. So I don't really have anything else for you at this point in time.
Do you mind if I ask a couple questions for my friend? If that's okay?
Sure.
So I'm just curious on the part with giving any kind of reasonable doubt with the officer's testimony. I mean, from what you saw him scribbling on the ticket after when you went to query him, that would have any credibility, or is that guy just completely forthright in your opinion? Because I know usually it's the officer's testimony against, like a citizen's testimony, right?
Yeah, basically. I did speak to the officer. I feel like what he's provided me so far makes sense. It's hard for me to really comment on these things without seeing discovery as well.
Right.
So.
When did you talk to him?
I talked to him on the phone on Monday of this week.
Okay, and what did he say about his behavior and adding the charges and not informing me?
There's conflicting testimony there.
Well, you got the...
So you have the ticket, though. You have the two copies. One
I
is
do
his
have,
stuff and one's not.
I do have 2 copies of the ticket, that's correct. And I have 2 stories on why.
Why wouldn't he just issue another citation if that's what his intention was? If they, whatever he goes through, it's like, okay, well, fine, stay here, I'm going to get you another citation. As opposed to just do it after the fact.
I didn't ask him about that at this point in time. That's something that obviously I can talk to him about. Again, it's something where I'd want to review the discovery, see the whole picture before moving forward.
Well, can I ask him?
I'm not a trained law enforcement peace official, so I don't know, what their standards are as far as people refusing to cooperate with them without citing them for and taking them into custody for interference, essentially, or obstruction of the the legal process. Usually that's what happens. Usually the officers don't let people go that don't cooperate. Usually they're taken into custody, arrested, brought in, and charged with something that's a little bit greater than the original traffic violation. So it's a little odd that didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
From what
from a friend's testimony versus this testimony.
From these 2 testimonies, it seems like there was a lot going on, and then basically he's providing me with discovery. I've asked not necessarily for discovery, but for some proof of some things that Mr. Johnson was charged with here, and haven't been provided that either. So hopefully, we can get this resolved.
Well,